Hey, how's it going? In the last video, we talked about why the crowd would turn on Cody Rhodes, but we really only talked about his chase for the title. Well, I've given it some time, I've let it played out, and now it's time to talk about his run with the title. And I do have to apologize for why it take me this long to make part two, but I just wanted to actually let Cody Rhodes' title run play out a little bit to see whether it was different from the chase. Was it as good as the chase, worse, or better? And you guys, it's been enough time because at this point I go through Instagram comments, I go through Facebook comments, TikTok comments, and all I see for those who uh well, the hardcore Cody fans, those are the same people who are crying, telling us to let it play out and whatever, and telling us that he just won it in April. Us wrestling fans are so toxic, and that we just run Roman back. Roman's boring, blah blah blah. And look, guys, facts are facts. Roman Reigns is the reason for the boom period that WWE is in right now. His 4 year title run was historic and can't be topped by just anyone, especially Cody. And I feel as if, it's been long enough. It's been long enough. I feel it's been long enough. 3 months, that's long enough to decide whether you like the title run or not. It shouldn't have to take a whole 6 months. Because uh, may I remind you, in the beginning of Roman's title reign, y'all were begging for him to lose it. Y'all were begging for him to lose it. And I was letting it play out because I wanted to see where all this was going to go. I didn't think it'd go this far, though. And the same fans that were crapping on John Cena back in 2015 with the United States title run, not knowing how much good who he was doing for the company. And it's just when it's convenient for you, you want to defend something, or you want to shit on something. You want to do that when it's convenient for you. You guys, as wrestling fans, Cody Rhodes' title run has been long enough for us to determine whether we are enjoying it or not. And that's the point. That's the end right there. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. It's been long enough. And now it's time to get into why the crowd will turn on Cody Rhodes part 2. Well, you guys, Cody Rhodes has officially done it. He has beaten the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, for the WWE. I know I messed that up. The WWE Universal Heavyweight Undisputed Championship of the World. He finally did it. After so much chaos in this match, from Solo Sikoa interfering, to John Cena taking him out even though we couldn't see it, to The Rock bottoming an invisible man, to Seth Rollins coming out to the Shield theme song only to get Superman punched by Roman Reigns, for Undertaker to come out and abduct The Rock, and for Cody Rhodes to hit 3 straight crossroads to get the job done. 1, 2, 3. The crowd erupts. The crowd is happy. Everybody is shocked. Even though we knew it was going to happen, it still came as a shocker. Cody Rhodes actually did it. He defeated Roman Reigns. We talked about how we got here, and I was talking about where we're going. The Raw after WrestleMania was something special. Thank you, Roman chants echoed through the crowd, and you could feel that loss already, because we knew right then and there, once he lost, that we weren't going to see Roman Reigns for quite some time. And that was going to be not too easy to adjust to. But it's okay, because we have Cody Rhodes. Now, what does Cody Rhodes have in store for us? Well, first night he comes out, and obviously it just has to be a celebration. He did it. He finally finished the story. He did something that he was never able to do, something that his dad wasn't even able to do. He won the top prize in WWE. He is the top guy in WWE. He is the face of WWE. So he comes out, entrance music plays, adrenaline in my soul, something, something, Cody Rhodes. And he talks about, well, I can't remember what he was talking about, but all I know is The Rock comes out, hands Cody Rhodes, and tells Cody Rhodes, "Don't you break my heart again," or something like that. And then they swap titles. And may I remind you, The Rock's title isn't like really a real title. It's a fan made title or something that was given to him by I can't remember who. And the crowd chants, "This is awkward." And yes, that was very awkward. Not a good start to what's supposed to be a historic reign. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the video so far. I'm going to take a moment to talk about the channel here, and I'm just going to say I'm really satisfied with the way the algorithm is going. If you want to see more videos like this, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go through my channel. I have a bunch of videos about wrestling topics, uh, games, such as WWE 2K24, 23, 22, 20, 19, 18. The list goes on. Yeah, I've been doing this for quite some time. And also I have different gaming videos such as Red Dead, GTA, Minecraft. But then again, those are the old videos. I'm going to start doing those again. And I have videos about, this topic and live streams. And also, got a better light setup. So things are gonna look better. I know if you've seen a live stream, it may have been a little dark on one side, and but we're doing good. We're doing good, and I'm really happy with how my algorithm has been, and I'm happy that my audience has chose to watch this video and stay as long as they stayed. I'm grateful for everything. Now, with that being said, let's go back to the video. A bunch of other stuff that Cody Rhodes has been doing and why it's feel flat, but I'm only going to point out some major things. After WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes had that awkward segment with The Rock. So it's like, who's going to be Cody Rhodes' first challenger? Well, okay, his first challenger, AJ Styles. Great, great. Now, the match was awesome. The match was pretty good. The rivalry itself, it could have been based off the fact that these guys are New Japan Pro guys, indie guys. They've wrestled all over the world. It could have been built around that, but it didn't feel like it had any substance. It was just a challenger and a champion. And that's pretty much it, which in some cases not very bad, especially when you're just starting your title reign. Nothing has to be too personal, especially when you just won the title. It doesn't have to be personal, especially when you just won a title and the person you was just having a rivalry with was very personal, a 2-year build. So with that in mind, they try to make it seem personal, which really wasn't. uh AJ Styles lost the first time. Whatever reason he had to claim another title shot, AJ Styles comes out there in an all blue suit. Now, initially we're thinking like the suit is weird. The suit is weird. But it's all gonna make sense once AJ starts talking. AJ starts talking about his career, brings out the Good Brothers, says he's gonna retire. I mean, we know that AJ Styles is most likely in the last stage of his career because he is heading up there in age. And it's fair. It's fair. But it didn't feel genuine, because usually people like to end their careers like either right after WrestleMania or at WrestleMania or at a certain event. It's just not going to be on a random episode of Raw or SmackDown, especially if you're not even injured. So we know AJ is faking us out. We as the audience know this. We're smart enough to know that AJ's faking this out, especially because Cody Rhodes needs something to do. So Cody Rhodes comes out after AJ Styles calls him out, and then Cody Rhodes raises his hand, and AJ Styles pulls a Mark Henry. Basically, if you remember, nearly a decade ago, or maybe it was a decade ago, Mark Henry had almost the same retirement speech, wore all pink suit instead of all blue suit, and then hey, hey, little Chunky. You see, he's a happy baby sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, I know. Uh, yeah, but Mark Henry did exactly the same thing. Gave her a fake retirement speech, except that time it was more believable because someone like Mark Henry, who's kind of gone as far as he can go in WWE, it's like what else? And so we all bought it. And then when he slammed John Cena, we was all shocked. We was all genuinely shocked. And when AJ Styles did it, it just meh. It's just wow. They really are copying the Mark Henry thing. And this is a theme I noticed in Cody Rhodes' career in WWE. A lot of it is copied and pasted. If you think about it, Cody Rhodes is basically John Cena. Well, this generation's John Cena, and by this generation's I mean for the kids. John Cena was for the kids, which is nothing wrong with that, especially because at the time John Cena's era was the PG era. It was heavily PG'd, and but now we have a more edgier side to wrestling, if you get what I mean. WWE is without Vince McMahon, and they're moving to Netflix sometime soon. So they're obviously slowly and slowly getting more edgier as time passes. Not to say that the Attitude Era is going to return, but you know, you know, it's getting a little more edgier, you know. But as in today's time, you can't really play with an adult's intelligence because we saw that AJ Styles fake out coming from a mile away, and you mean to tell us that Cody didn't? But Cody is basically John Cena because he came to WWE and he just won almost every single match, even with a torn pec. And then he had this 2 year long build, sacrificing Royal Rumbles two Royal Rumbles. The first one, okay, fine, cool. You're the one who won it. Second time, and then especially because the second time, if what reports are saying are true, Cody wasn't even gonna face Roman at Mania, and Punk was gonna face Seth at Mania. So it brings the question: why have Cody win the Royal Rumble if the Royal Rumble winner wasn't gonna face the champion, any champion? And so basically he wins the title, and now he has done the Mark Henry angle. So boom. And next thing you know, they got an I Quit match. So Cody Rhodes is saying basically, I'm gonna make you do what you should have done last week and say I quit. Okay, cool. The match at Clash at the Castle, it was the opener. It was I want to say it was good, great, but in all honesty, I watched it from start to finish, and I was not really that entertained. It picked up in the last few minutes, yeah, sure, but it didn't really do anything for me. The story itself wasn't important. So the one thing you gotta take between Cody's reign and Reigns' reign is that Roman's reign was built off of storytelling. Sure, some of those matches were bangers, really good matches. As a matter of fact, Roman Reigns put on a lot of good matches. But Cody Rhodes' title reign so far is only built around good matches. I want a story. Us people want a story. We already know Cody's not gonna lose a title at least until Mania or maybe after Mania. We gotta suffer through that. We gotta we gotta suffer through that. And what makes it just even what I'm trying to say is I like Cody Rhodes. I personally I think he's a great wrestler, not that good of an entertainer. But Cody is so PG that when he does like say something edgy or do something with a little more edge to it, like curse or attack someone, it just feels like a John Cena thing. Cause you're thinking of a kid friendly guy who just usually doesn't do this stuff. That's just what it feels like. And then for the fact that yeah, sure, we wanted him to win a title, or did we really? Did we really? The Cody Crybabies, yeah, sure, sure. But for us more hardcore wrestling fans, was it really more about Cody winning the title, or was it more about someone winning the title, taking the title off Roman? Because 4 years, you got to think at that point, it could be anybody. It could be anybody for all we care. And it just so happened to be Cody Rhodes. And when that opportunity was kind of taken under Cody Rhodes, of course, we're going to get mad because we want to see Roman's title reign end in a historic fashion. We don't want to see The Rock because The Rock is another part timer who is in his 50s and a big Hollywood star. He belongs in Hollywood. He doesn't belong in WWE anymore. I mean, yeah, sure, he does, but like not physically in the ring having matches, because it seems like every time he has a match, he gets injured. He got injured in his match at WrestleMania 40, I believe, because I think he's treating an injury at this moment. Um, he got injured at his WrestleMania match with John Cena. He got injured in his WrestleMania squash match against the Wyatts. So of course we're going to reject that. Of course we're going to reject having Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the title at this point when Roman Reigns' title reign should be ending, because it told us that one, Roman was obviously going to win that, and two, if Rock wins, why? Just why? Why would Rock win? He was petitioning. He was petitioning to win too. He was pushing for himself to win. So yeah, of course we're gonna drift to cheering for Cody, because we're not gonna cheer for that match. Had that match been planned at WrestleMania without a title involved, if Roman was walking into WrestleMania not the champion and it was just a regular match, okay, yeah, sure, we're gonna go for that. But everything was on the line. The future of WWE was on the line with this one. So yeah, heck, it could have been the likes of, I don't know, LA Knight in that same position that Cody was in. And LA Knight would have been getting that Cody treatment that Cody got after Rock replaced Cody. It could have been anybody else, and they would have gotten that same reaction. Had the 2-year build been about them or whatever. But whatever, it was that's pretty much it. Like, for me, that's pretty much why Cody winning the title was so important to me, because it just meant that Roman Reigns' reign of terror was ending. It wasn't so much about Cody winning the title, it was about somebody winning the title for me. And now we're at the time of this recording. Actually, at the time of this recording, SummerSlam is next week. So we're like 3 months, almost 4 months into Cody's title reign, and Cody is scheduled to face Solo Sikoa. Now, I don't. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for me doesn't seem like a SummerSlam match for the title. That seems more like something for like Backlash or No Mercy or whatever B pay-per-view, Clash at the Castle, maybe whatever B-rated pay-per-view that WWE does in order to get to the, but it doesn't feel like a big four pay-per-view match. But I expect Roman to come back, I guess. I don't know. But that's the sad part, that Cody's title reign is overshadowed by the aura of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And Most people would agree. Some people would disagree. At the end of the day, truth is truth. Roman Reigns has done so much with that title, and Cody Rhodes. Well, Roman Reigns has had so much time, yes, but in the first few months of Roman Reigns' title reign, it was the most important thing in the company because you didn't know what to expect from Roman Reigns. Cody right now is not doing it for me, and he's obviously not doing it for a lot of people. A few people just I've been seeing videos like this why Cody Rhodes will have to turn heel or something. Cody Rhodes better turn heel cuz man, this is bad. Cuz if you think about it, Cody Rhodes' story with the title isn't as important as whatever anybody else is doing. And what I mean by that, it's not really that much more important than what Solo Sokoa and the Bloodline are doing. I know I just mentioned Solo Sokoa, but it's only a big deal because there's gonna be Samoan warfare in WWE, and I don't know if it would ever end. How many kids them niggas got? And what Drew McIntyre and CM Punk are doing over on Raw. It doesn't feel more important than that. Or what Rhea Ripley is doing with Liv Morgan. Yes, Mid Morgan. Mid Morgan done upgraded. She's not mid anymore. I gotta admit, I was someone saying Mid Morgan, but Mid Liv Liv has been doing her thing. I gotta admit, she's been doing really good. Her character work, the story they've been telling with her, Dominic, and Rhea, that's gold. It's giving me Trish Stratus and Lita vibes, and I like that. But it's like their own version. And what the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable and the Otis Akira. It doesn't really feel more important than that. Are you telling me that? And then what's going on with the Judgment Day? Can you really honestly tell me that Cody Rhodes' title reign feels more important than any of those storylines going on? Like SmackDown is really mid at this point. SmackDown is really mid. And with this Solo Sokoa match at SummerSlam, a lot of people saying it should have been Jacob Fatu, which I would agree. If I did agree, it would only be because Jacob Fatu is the better wrestler. And I'll make a video about that on another day. I'm not going to dive deep on that topic, but I will only agree because Jacob Fatu is the better wrestler than Solo Sokoa. But storyline wise, nah, because, Solo, they want to build Solo as, well, the new tribal chief, or at least his own version. So it only makes sense that the leader, gets the title shot. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But I feel like at SummerSlam it should have been or better yet, they probably shouldn't have even had this match booked. They probably should have kept Cody away from the bloodline. I feel like the bloodline doesn't need the WWE title to be a big storyline right now. And yeah, maybe it should have been Randy Orton. We all thought it was going to be Randy Orton. I'm going to admit. That's why I let this title reign play out as long as I did before even making this video.
It's just
And
really not doing anything for me, to be honest. His whole title reign, and if it's gonna be like this until WrestleMania, I might just completely tune out of SmackDown, not gonna lie. Cause Raw is killing it right now. And compared to SmackDown, Raw is just, it gives you something new every week. You're excited for everything on Raw. I feel excited to see the next step in what Rhea and Liv and Dom are going to do. I see the next step in seeing Damian Priest and Gunther going at it, and Damian Priest kind of like feuding with Finn, or like Finn and JD doing their thing in the tag division. Punk and Drew McIntyre. Once again, I'm excited to see all these things on Raw. But as I'm watching SmackDown, I see the formula. The only thing that's really even important is the bloodline on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton, yeah, she has her moments here and there, but really, everything just kind of revolves around the bloodline. And I can't stress that enough. Because whatever Cody Rhodes is doing on SmackDown, I don't even think he was on SmackDown at the time of this recording. This is the Smack. At the time of this recording, it is July 27th. July 27th on a Saturday. And last night, I don't think I saw Cody Rhodes at all. I think he did like an interview or something. Whew. Sorry, I had to take a sip there. But I think he did an interview or something. I didn't really pay much attention to it because it didn't feel worth paying attention to. And yeah, his only title defenses have been with AJ Styles. But now it just feels like kind of a downgrade because you're going back to the bloodline stuff. And you're having a match at SummerSlam with Solo Sikoa of all people. Who knows where this is going to go? But you guys, I feel as if this is only going to get worse because we're only 3 months in, and there's guys like me saying that Cody Rhodes is boring. Because simply, folks, he is. I'm not going to burst anyone's balls or anything, but I have been a hardcore WWE fan for pretty much all my life. Since I was a kid, watching John Cena. I was that kid who loved John Cena. So the John Cena formula works on kids. So Cody Rhodes works with the kids. And maybe the female demographic. But what about the male demographic that's my age and older? The people who've already seen the John Cena stuff. The ones who remember the Stone Colds, Triple H's, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Edge, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, Batista. I can go on. I can go on. We've seen it all done. And the thing about those characters, even John Cena, all of them have an edge to their character. They all have a type of, some sense of, I don't know how to put it, but some type of spark that makes them a relatable guy that's just bigger than life. Cody Rhodes doesn't feel that much bigger than life. He's a good champion, I guess. He's a good wrestler. He's a great wrestler. But are we forgetting that even in AEW, where the fans are more hardcore, turned on Cody Rhodes, the guy who helped create the promotion that at the time they were eating it up. They loved everything AEW was doing. The crowds were actually full. The guy who helped create AEW, they turned on him then. What makes you think They won't turn on him now just because he's in WWE. He was what? Because he was the guy who defeated Roman Reigns. Because he's a Rhodes. He's the only Rhodes to hold the WWE title. Is that really enough to keep the crowd on your side at all times? We know the crowds. The crowds tend to switch up what they like and what they don't like. But what they always like is the edgier product, the edgier superstars. The people, the live crowds boo Drew McIntyre, but it's because he's a heel. They love to boo Drew McIntyre. And right now, the fans love to cheer Cody Rhodes. But when they start booing him, are they gonna love to boo Cody Rhodes? Or are they gonna boo him because they're bored of him? There's a there there's a program with this wrestling. You're heel or you face, but it's pretty much these days you're liked or you're not. The crowd has to love to hate you. If the crowd loves to hate you, you're doing your job. You're like MJF, prime MJF. You're doing your job if the crowd loves to hate you. But if the crowd is going to flat out hate you, even when you're trying to be their superhero, then that's a problem. Because the thing about today's times, we don't want necessarily a superhero, a clean cut good guy. And that's exactly what Cody Rhodes resemble. And it's going to be that ends up being why the crowd will turn on Cody Rhodes. Thank you for listening and watching throughout this whole time. I'm Cass Lowndes. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a good day.